On the campus of Page High School for tonight's WCTV game of the week between the visiting Centennial Cougars and these Page Patriots. Welcome everybody to our Thursday night coverage as fall break is underway.
For the Cougars, number 10, Johnny Crouch.
As Johnny Crouch sets to kick things away for Centennial. Joined as always, well, this time with Parker Hazard. Parker's done his homework for us. Check in with him, see what he's got to say.
Good Thursday evening, Michael. Giving Paul a break this week. And here at Page High School, the Region 5 5A leading Page Patriots after a 10-point win last week against Summit to solidify themselves in the driver's seat. Centennial looking to lick the wounds of last week's double overtime loss, as you and Paul had the privilege to cover. And we'll see how this Centennial defense prepared against Cade Walker in this high-powered offense of the Patriots.
So Cade Walker under pressure as on the opening play of the game will be slung down back inside the 5-yard line.
Christian Bledsoe, Michael, has given me an early answer. The defensive front of the Cougars letting the offensive line of the Patriots know they are here. They've come to play. What a good start.
Bledsoe in the backfield very quickly against Cade Walker, the quarterback for Page. And you take a look at him and watch it one more time.
Christian Bledsoe on the tackle.
Yeah, Bubba Johnson back there to protect Cade Walker as that last effort of blocking defense, and looked like he did not see Bledsoe coming off the edge untouched.
Well, big loss of the play on 13 yards brings up second down, 23. Ball spotted at the 7-yard line. Give inside and not much going on as Johnson gets it up close to the 10-yard line.
Pickup of about 3 yards, brings the ball right to the 10-yard line.
There you take a look at the Page sidelines. Well, Coach Rathbone and his crew set to play this out-of-region game against Centennial. 5A versus 6A tonight. Only the first time these two have met, I believe, since 2008, if our notes are correct on that one. Third down and 20 after the big sack. As Page spreads things out. And again, in trouble is Walker, and he'll take it himself. And run out of bounds at the close to the 30.
That was
close to the 30, or close to the first down.
That was a line. The game was at 30, Michael. It looks like he might have been able to get it.
And they'll point him ahead. And they'll move the chains on the Cade Walker scramble. So the Patriots back in business at their own 32-yard line. They were kind of buried deep in their own territory there as you take a look at Walker.
Centennial rushing 4. Decent protection up front by the Patriots. Cade Walker not seeing anything develop upfield, had a lot of green grass in front of him, able to do his own thing and move the chains for the Patriots.
So a little bit of breathing room now for Page. So Walker sends 3 receivers to his left. Will chuck it to his left. And nothing doing as
great play.
Miles Bond is swallowed up.
Number 13, Miles Bond.
Back close to the 25-yard line. So maybe a loss of 7 yards on the play.
25-yard line. It'll be second down.
I want to see. I think that was
15.
Leo Gerhardt there, number 9, coming in as we see the offense for Page. Cade Walker there at quarterback. Bubba Johnson, workload running back. Cheshire, Barnett, Bond, and Evans with the wide receivers up front. Sachs, Ashman, Dahl, Hancock, and Meyer rounding it up for the offensive line of Page. And Miles Bond, the spinning slot receiver, not able to get any space there on that play.
So second down 15 as Page is able to gain a couple of yards on the Bubba Johnson dive.
And that's two runs by Bubba Johnson tonight, I think accumulating of 1.5 yards so far. The front of Centennial Cougars plugging up the hole and not letting the playmaker Bubba Johnson, the workhorse of that Page offense, get any room as he comes and gets a breather on this third and long play.
So again, third down and 14. This time does Centennial once again let Page off the hook. They did that first time when they had Page buried deep inside their own territory. Walker back to pass in trouble.
Run again.
He'll take off one more time, and does he have it? He does. Once again, the scramble by Cade Walker will gain the first down up at about the 43-yard line. So these Walker scrambles, Parker Hazard, is keeping Page in business.
Yeah, cover 2 man rushing 4 were the Cougars, and Cade Walker had everybody 4 wide spread out, nobody in the backfield with him, and that man coverage downfield leaves a lot of backs turned of that defense and a lot of room for Cade Walker to go. And I think they're on the edge there to get that first down till Cheshire, excuse me. They're on that edge block.
You say that.
Yeah, I know, right? 3 times fast.
So again, Walker on the quick dump outside to Simon Simmons. Simmons with a little bit of
pass. Number 18, Simon
Good looking play.
Complete.
Gets up into Centennial territory. They'll mark it. Where do they mark it? Right at the 45-yard line. 8:39 here to go in the first quarter. No score just yet. And again, this is an out-of-region matchup between these two county schools. Centennial coming in at 6A. Page on top of their region at 5A. Had the big win last week, like we said, against Summit High School, cross-county rival. Walker again,
Good
looking
protection.
and flushed. Takes off yet one more time and is run out of bounds shy of the 35-yard line, just short of the first down.
36-yard line.
Looks like the Cougars are doing a good job plugging up the gaps in the center, making sure that Bubba Johnson doesn't have a lane up in the hole, but that is allowing Cade Walker to bounce out to the outside with no containment there on the defense and getting those positive yards with his feet.
Well, Centennial seems to have caged everybody on the Page offense with the exception of Walker.
Exactly. They're doing a great job containing everybody except the QB.
Well, this time, big run by Bubba Johnson.
Powers forward to
The big 12th grader, he's inside the 25-yard line of Centennial.
First and 10 for the Patriots.
Joe Nelson on the receiving end of a Bubba Johnson bulldoze, if you will. Strong running by the senior running back as we see just straight up the gut. And making sure he secures the ball there after a good first down run.
Good enough for the first down. Johnson again up the middle and stopped short. This time by number 42 for Centennial. Nice tackling by Forrest Dangler. Stops him just short of the 20-yard line. Brings up second down.
So slowing the pace down just a tad bit are the Patriots after a 2-yard positive gain. Entering the red zone, see what their play calling is here, Mike.
Again, Johnson on,
Good
nope,
play
Cade
fake.
will keep it. Walker takes it and finds a little breathing room, and will he carry defenders
I think he got
over the end zone, and Walker will score. Touchdown, Patriots. Walker will not be denied as he tiptoed the sidelines and dragged a couple of Centennial defenders in the end zone with him.
Yeah, what a fake by Cade Walker. Bubba Watson, shout out PGA Tour. Bubba Johnson selling it on the give. Cade Walker doing the rest on his feet. Great score, good first drive for Page.
So Page on for the try, and it's up and true as Chase Tidmore, the 12th grader, knocks it through, giving Page a 7-0 lead at 7:19 to go here in the first quarter.
So Johnson picking up that chip block. Townsville here on defense had him stopped, goes for the rip, tries to strip the ball loose, and as you see, he failed to do that, and that gave Walker momentum to keep the pile going. That might be a play that Townsville would like to have back. But as you got to witness last week, Michael, Mr. Townsville has a lot of skills on the offensive side that he can make up for it for the Cougars offense.
Well, talking about last week between Centennial and Franklin, the big battle of Franklin at Centennial. If you're joining us late, or if you don't know the story, Coach Matt Kreisky not joining us tonight for Centennial. He is out of this game because controversial call last week against the Rebels, and he was tossed from last week's game. So Jim Glover, the assistant head coach, takes over for Kreisky tonight as they make their way down here to Page High School. Talk about a little bit more about that story here in a second after the kickoff. Looks returnable.
Yeah. Ooh.
Tidmore on the kickoff.
And a big lick on
Returned by number 3,
Kevin Townsell.
Kevin Townsell.
And Centennial takes over 1st and 10 from about their own 21-yard line.
It was number 33, Michael, and I do not have him on my roster sheet for the Page special teams on that kickoff, but laid a nice hit there on Townsend.
First name Big, last name Hitter.
There you go. Very nice.
So do the Cougars have an answer here? Grayson Marcel, your quarterback for Centennial. Looks to his right, ball tipped in the air, nearly taken out of the air by a Page defender. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Interesting seeing Centennial opening up their offensive plays with a pass. We think that Alexander Steele is going to get a heavy dose of the ball tonight, wear down that Page defense and that big men up front, as we see here. Max Van Landingham leading the defensive line, Dahl and Ashman as well. Hurd leading the middle core of the linebackers, and we'll see the rest here momentarily.
So the give inside. This time again, I believe this is Townsell. Could be mistaken. Is that
number 2, Desmond Smith?
Smith and Townsell. I get these guys confused all the time.
It's a little thunder lightning with Smith and Steele there. You see a heavy dose of both of them, I'm pretty sure.
The light blue numbers on the white jerseys, not the easiest things in the world to see for these.
There's always one. There's always one team for you,
for these
Michael.
old eyes.
Always one. That's okay though. That's why I'm here. But doing the best we can here.
The young eagle-eyed Parker Hazard.
At the 38-yard line.
So 1st and 10 after the Townsell pickup.
Good start so far. Low.
Marcel has to pick it up off the dirt and chucks it out of bounds over his receiver's hands. Will bring up 2nd down and 10.
For Alex.
Yeah, rushed that throw a little bit, did Marcel. Low snap. Kind of probably felt a little bit of pressure that he did not know that wasn't coming, but nonetheless, it was out of bounds. So see another down to the Cougars.
So I'm seeing the play clock tonight not operable. It doesn't look like. We're at 0 already.
So far, it hadn't been an issue.
Hasn't been an issue thus far. You're exactly right. And here's Smith again. Wrestled down just as he crosses the 40-yard line. About 7 yards short of the 1st down.
So seeing a heavy dose of Desmond Smith so far. Do not see Alexander Steele on the field yet for the Cougars offense.
Steele, the big 6'3", 235-pound running back for Centennial. Number 21. We'll keep our eye out for him tonight. Had a huge game last week against the Rebels.
See, looking for a pass here for the Cougars.
Marcel again, and this time is picked. This could be trouble. And it is, as Page returns it into Centennial territory.
Pass intercepted.
Right into Simon Simmons' hands. Or excuse me, that's Van Landingham, number 10.
Number 18, Simon Simmons.
Nope, I was right the first time. I apologize.
Always go with the first reaction.
You know, I should. Good looking pass, a little bit of miscommunication with Marcel and his receiver.
For the Patriots.
And Mr. Simmons with the gift on this Thursday night. And Patriots are in control in the driver's seat.
So Page back 1st and 10 from the Centennial 33-yard line after the Simmons pick. And again, ball swung outside, a little bit of daylight. And we'll have a flag on the play as number 13, that is Miles Bond, to run out of bounds.
13,
flag, I believe, comes in the area of the holding. So,
yeah.
And Centennial kids pointing in Page's direction.
Flag on the play.
And that's exactly what it is.
Miles Bond, number 13, their slot receiver for the Patriots, one of the marquee receivers on that Page offense alongside Bubba Johnson. Kind of taking that role that Michael Burdick had last year and has done a great job with another weapon of this multi-option, high-powered spread offense that the Patriots possess.
We'll march the ball back to the 36-yard line of Centennial. Be 1st down and 15 as the Patriots spread out. Centennial once again over the middle. This time the pass is caught. Number 8 by Till Cheshire.
Complete.
Well, the announcer will call him Cheshire. That's what I'll do, too, from here on out. Cheshire. Pick up to the 31-yard line.
Down and 8.
Airtight coverage by Townsend there
At the Cougar 31
on Cheshire. And hold him to a minimum gain. Good route, good throw by Walker. Solid positive gain on 1st and long. Spreading out, 3 left on the other side this time.
So 2nd down and 8 for Walker and company. Will roll left.
Look that way.
And in trouble, firing down deep. And this time the pass is out of the outstretched arms of the receiver.
Number 11, Blaine Burrow.
Blaine Burrow, the intended receiver. Brings up third down.
I know it was a little bit overthrown, a little out of the outstretched arms there by his receiver, but Cade Walker showing off about a 38-yard bullet on the run across his body. Man, that was a great looking throw. I'd like to see him air it out a little bit more, and possibly will here with a 3rd and 8.
So ball just outside the 30-yard line. Walker again will roll to his left. Try to turn it back the other way and loses his footing. And
it's probably a good thing.
You might be exactly right. And
Josh Forsey and company there on the right side there, coming in on the back side to meet him.
Brings up 4th down.
So Coach Rathbone marches out the punting unit, and number 2, I believe that's back there, is Desmond Smith again.
Great job by the Cougars defense, picking up their quarterback after the interception, forcing a quick punt here for the Patriots.
So they'll call it that rugby kick, and
Nice.
Page will catch their own punt just inside the 15-yard line. Well, they'll take over 1st and 10. How do you get going here, Parker, if you're Centennial?
Well, I'm not sure if there is a reason why we haven't seen number 21, Alex Steele, for the Cougars out there on offense yet. If there is, then we hope for the best. But I think the ground game is going to be what they need to get started and get going and penetrating that defensive line of Page and let Marcel open up the pass game with some play action and movement in the backfield, but right now starting inside their 20. We'll see what they can do.
Well, we've seen Smith and Townsend take over games before, as you see Townsend in motion. This time the give inside and met by a host of Patriots.
QB Marcel.
And that was Smith, Desmond Smith there on the carry, Michael, so still no steal.
2nd and 9.
So Smith with a pickup of a yard on the play, just outside of the 15-yard line of Centennial. Clock continues to tick with 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Just this rare Thursday night game as fall break is underway for Williamson County. Marcel again, this give to Smith. And will cross the 20-yard line, about 5 yards short of a 1st down.
Good job by Nick Hurd, senior linebacker, shedding the block, stopping Townsend for the minimal gain as possible there. So got half of it in 2 downs. We'll see what 3rd down, big defensive stand down coming up for Page. Shut the door on any type of momentum that Centennial can take away.
So the Cougars in desperate need of a 1st down here to keep this drive rolling. And they look like they will have it this time, as I believe that is Kevin Townsend. And he's run out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Hands off to number 2.
Well, that is again Desmond Smith one more time.
At the 34-yard
line. That was a really good draw play there and fake by Marcel. Had myself and our cameraman up here a little bit fooled, but good job, good 3rd down play, spreading it out, doing the delayed handoff, and Desmond Smith doing the rest. Marcel doing his job as well with the fake, and 1st and 10.
So big 1st down again, and this time that again is Desmond Smith. He's dropped for a loss.
Austin Horshaw again making a ball play. They're coming in untouched. Smith trying to get to the outside and unable to.
So
don't want to go backwards now.
Loss of 3 on the play, 2nd down and 3, and Marcel will get the Page defensive front to jump, and so a free 5 yards on the encroachment.
Well, there we go. They'll get those yards back.
Yeah.
Encroachment against the Patriots.
That's tough to do if you're a high school offensive lineman, to hear your quarterback bark that signal and not jump. You got to stay disciplined right there. You're probably not going to try that the first game of the year.
No, of course. Well, of course not. But I think it's at any level and any position on both sides of the ball on those lines. It's hard not to move it if it's a good cadence. Wow, good cadence by the quarterback.
Nice throw and catch by Centennial this time. Marcel complete out to number 7. That's Cannon Plowman. Gets the ball out to the 40-yard line. Good enough for another Centennial first down, and Parker Hazard. Centennial now showing some signs of life offensively.
How about that window Marcel just put the ball in? Had a cornerback underneath the route and a safety over top on Plowman, and Marcel putting it on a dime right on the money for a first down. So looking good so far for the Cougars' second drive.
So 1st and 10 from the 40, a short gain. Pass is complete. I think that's out to number 14. Well, no, it's not. Thought it was 14.
I think it's
Camden Brock, the receiver, on the play.
And I like that play. Not doing too much. Going through your progressions, making a good read on the first one, and Marcel's getting it to his receivers. They're securing the ball. 4 yards, on first down. Very respectful and able to open up different options here as they go on.
So puts the ball at the 44-yard line. 2nd down and 6. Marcel looked to his left.
Ooh.
Nothing doing, out of the outstretched arms of Cannon Plowman again. Brings up 3rd down.
I like that play call. Faking the swing pass to Desmond Smith. And good-looking throw by Marcel.
I was about to say, he's got a nice arm.
Yeah, absolutely.
But his receivers, unfortunately, not doing him any favors right now. Maybe they can get it in gear or get it in sync here.
Yeah, a couple of them are getting away from him, sailing a little bit, but just keep throwing. If you're Marcel, just keep it going. And, 3rd and 6, nothing too crazy here to get for first down, so we'll see what they can do.
At the 44, here are the Cougars yet again. Give inside to number 2 again. That's Desmond Smith.
Got it.
And he'll have close to the first down. We'll see where they mark it.
Oh, yeah.
Brady Buckley on the tackle.
And the flags are on the move, so enough for the first down as Centennial crosses into Page territory. The 49-yard line.
That's 2 times in a row Centennial was at third and medium long, and have gone for that delay handoff. Desmond Smith doing a good job weaving in and out in between his tackles and going through the blockers and keeping the chains moving for Centennial.
So this will likely be the last play of the first quarter. Marcel looking, firing, and that one nearly picked off through the hands of the intended receiver.
Number 8.
Camden Brock there, the intended receiver, Michael, and a little bit behind him, and got very, very fortunate, rather, that Colby Burns, the defensive back, standing there waiting. The ball was just deflected enough out of his reach, and he was unable to come up with the second interception for the Page defense. But once again, Centennial living by a thread, still able to go for another down.
So the incomplete pass, one more play here. And once again, Smith, he'll be wrestled down for no gain on the play. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. So at the end of 1, Page, the host school on this Williamson County battle, up 7-0 on the visiting Centennial Cougars. So this is what I wanted to ask you, Parker. I was headed down here tonight, and I'm thinking about that game last week with Centennial. And the double overtime loss. I want you to put your coaching hat on here.
Okay.
And you're without your head coach tonight, Matt Kreisky, suspended for the game. Your squad lost the double overtime thriller to arch rival Franklin last week. You've got a sparse student section. You're a Thursday night game. You're on the road. If you're Centennial's coach, what are you saying to these kids to get them fired up for this game?
You know, honestly, I don't think you have to say much. Yes, it's a non-region game, and yes, your season is most likely, your playoff hopes are probably over with if you're Centennial. You have to win tonight, and you have to have a couple teams win and a couple teams lose in your region, and that's likely to not happen. But a lot of these kids, a lot of these Centennial kids went to Page Middle School. They know each other. They know these kids. They grew up with them. They talk. Social media is big nowadays. And I think this could possibly be, you know, the kids were ready before the coaches were. Kreisky mentioned that even after that loss, come in Monday, the players are ready to go. I think Centennial knows that they can beat this team and, you know, could put a wrench in their record and in the region, depending on how the rest of the region and with Page does. Oh, goodness gracious.
And the ball stripped away by Page. Smith has the ball ripped out of his hands.
Wow, Nick Hurd.
And recovered by number 5, Nick Hurd.
So Nick Hurd didn't see that one coming. Picked his pocket just like a steal in basketball.
Halloween season, Michael. Trick or treat. He is taking candy out of the basket of Desmond Smith. Ball going the other way for the Patriots. Wow.
I'll take that. Thank you very much. So Page with their second turnover on the first play of the second quarter. The Patriots will take over 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line.
Wow.
And the Patriots will call a timeout here. So 2 turnovers by Centennial.
And that one right there, that was all Nick Hurd. Great athletic play there, and just showing his skill and awareness and being in the play. But as I was saying, you know, the players were already bought into this game, and depending on how the 5A region goes, the region 5A goes with the, you know, Summit and the other teams in that region. I think Shelbyville's another one that's a tough team in that region. A loss tonight for Page by Centennial could mix up the seeds in that playoff picture. Yeah, they're going to go to the playoffs, but I don't know, this loss tonight, if Centennial could give that to them, could make things a little spicy for the Patriots as the last 3 weeks of the season go after tonight. But we'll see. I think both teams are coming out ready to play, and we'll see some good football.
So 1st down and 10 after the takeaway. Again, Bubba Johnson up close to midfield on the inside give.
Walker hands off to Bubba Johnson. Powers ahead for
that's a solid.
It'll be 2nd down and 4.
4 to 6 yards of carry by Bubba Johnson all night long. We'll keep that ball moving, and that's what Page relies on. And I don't see them straying away from that at all, judging by that run.
So pickup of 6 yards on the play brings up 2nd down and 4 for the Patriots right here at midfield. Again, the give to Johnson. He'll take that, thank you very much, and rumble for the 1st down up to the 41-yard line of Centennial. Bubba Johnson, what a run. Battering ram is the big senior.
The Cougar 41, where it's first
downhill at all times, is number 1 in red. He gets that ball, tucks it, and legs turning, shoulders square, and he is going downhill every time.
I wonder if he gets it again this play. Sure will.
Of course.
And he'll take it one more time and rumble once again up to the 30-yard line is Johnson, and he'll have enough for the 1st down.
I think he's having fun now at this point, Michael.
A steady dose of the big linebacker, or the big running back, rather.
Well, yeah, he's running like a linebacker. He's treating these would-be tacklers of the Cougars, and they're just bouncing off of him looking like a linebacker.
So 1st and 10 from the Centennial 30-yard line. Do they 3rd time a charm? They'll give it, well, no, this time Walker will take it to that right side and weave his way for about 9 yards until he's wrestled down just shy of the 20-yard line. Good looking offensive drive by the Patriots here.
Yeah, the defense of the Cougars not able to get much rest as we see the wonderful fake once again between Walker and Johnson, with Walker keeping it. Good sell job by Bubba. Those three power runs in a row, or 2, I believe, will make a team key onto that running back.
So these Page Patriots, they're loaded up with seniors this year.
Oh, yeah, this is the year, they say.
They can do just about anything they want here. Second down and 1 from Centennial's 21-yard line. Kind of a miscue on the handoff, but Bubba Johnson, he'll take it and rumble out of bounds after a pickup of maybe 3 hard-earned yards.
To the
move the chains into the red zone. You're right there. The miscommunication on the handoff almost turned disastrous. Able to stick with it was Bubba Johnson moving the chains.
So these Cougars kind of on their heels now, as a steady dose of Bubba Johnson has kind of knocked them for a loop here.
Play action. Oh, nope.
Keep it simple. There's Johnson again.
Goodness gracious.
Up to the 10-yard line, making
the 10-yard line.
Centennial tacklers pay. And again, close to a first down. He'll be stopped just about a yard short.
On the tackle.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Bubba Johnson. Hard-earned yards, as you mentioned before, Michael, and not making it easy on these Centennial defenders.
Like number 17, Avery Bean, on the receiving end of that Johnson run right there. So second down again. Keep calling his name, and Johnson inside the
Walker hands off to Bubba Johnson.
10-yard line.
Makes his way down.
Maybe a gain of
7-yard line.
Maybe a gain of 3-4 yards on the play.
Sorry about that. Yeah, Cooper Allen in there. Good penetration to get a good stop. Slowing that runaway train of Bubba Watson that he has shown this drive.
You're still going with your golf player, your golfer, Bubba Watson.
I think it's Bubba Johnson. If I slipped it up, hey, that's 2 shout-outs. They should give me a cut of his endorsement then.
Johnson again inside the 5-yard line. Well, I'm one to talk. I make more mistakes than
I'm left-handed.
block of Swiss cheese.
I like Bubba Watson. I like Bubba Johnson. I like everybody. If I get it confused, it's okay. we'll work at it together. You'll keep me
if you had
straight.
a nickel for every time you had to correct me, then you'd be a cajillionaire at this point.
Hey, we're helping each other. We're helping each other's investments then.
That's right. So second down and goal, 7:44 to go here in the second quarter. Page on the move now. And this young man, Bubba Johnson, yet again, down close to the goal line. Stopped just shy.
Third and goal at the
Bound
1.
and determined to get pay dirt, didn't he, Michael?
You might as well. I think the whole crowd here at Page High School knows who this
on the tackle for the
next
Cougars.
play is going to.
One would think.
So third down and goal. Here are the Patriots. You know who it's going to. And Johnson again, he'll fall across the goal line. Touchdown Patriots, touchdown Bubba Johnson.
Into the end zone for the Patriots.
That looks like an exhausted number 1 coming off the field for the Patriots. He got his fair share and workload that drive. And turnovers being the key factor to this scoreboard on Centennial's side, and Page taking advantage of both so far tonight.
So Tidmore again on the try. And straight and true for Page, and they'll take the 14-0 lead.
Have a timeout on the field.
As you take another look at Johnson's
Patriots 14.
Run across the goal line.
And even with some maybe a missed block or two there, Bubba Johnson able to keep forward momentum. Finally take a sigh of relief and take a break. Sip of water on the sideline.
Tobacco-free. Use of tobacco products are prohibited
taking his seat
on the campus of Page High School, including the stadium. Thank you for your cooperation.
See if he can get a breather. Centennial's offense would like to help him take a breather and stay on the field.
Fans, as you make your way around the stadium, sure to
and
stop by our Patriot
get some
Partner
momentum
tent.
back
Many of them offering
midway through here
prizes
in the
that you
second
can sign
quarter,
up for.
trying to get on the board. Don't want Page to get a chance to go up 3 scores going into halftime.
So Centennial not doing themselves any favor with 2 turnovers, a interception, and a steal, pretty much on a, I guess you'd call that a fumble.
Take a how, yeah, I mean, yeah, exact strip, yeah,
Strip.
fumble, yeah, takeaway, I mean, robbery.
I want it more than you do.
Exactly.
So Tidwell again kicks it away, and this one will sail into the end zone, and the Cougars will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
So I see Big Alex still out there on the kick return team. I think he might actually be over there in the huddle now with the offense, but staying on the sidelines.
So Steele, number 21, for Centennial is the Bubba Johnson of the Cougars.
Good way to put it.
1st and 10 here. In that give inside. Can't tell if it's, that is Smith up to the 30-yard line. He'll have enough for the first down, and they'll move the flags.
Great push, great hole up front by the offensive line.
On the carry.
And Smith
That'll
able
just way
to
out to
do the
30-yard
best he
line
can
for
as
pickup
here
on
we
the first
are.
down.
Smith taking a breather. Here's big Alex Steele coming into game
Brady
for
Buckley
the
and Nick
Cougars.
Hurd on the tackle.
Let's see if they give him the ball. I want him to get the ball. I'm jealous that you guys got to see him do what he did last week. So I want to see some of it.
It was fun to watch last week. Marcel looking, got his man, this time out of the outstretched arms of Michael Mayer, number 24.
Intended for number 24.
Heck of a block by Steele, as mentioned, checking into the game, giving Marcel time. What a throw, though. Just getting away from him just a little bit each time.
Sorry, I called the Page receiver the Centennial receiver because for the bazillionth time in my life, I switched my rosters up.
Jacob.
So Girolami, the intended receiver that time. Sorry about that. Here's big Alexander Steele, and nothing doing as he's taken down for a loss on the play.
Nick Hurd, that senior leader linebacker of the Page defense, isn't going to let that happen. He knows the hype that 21 possesses, and he did his job.
13.
And Desmond Smith is now back in for the Cougars. Wow,
so a loss of about 4 yards on the play, puts the ball back at the Centennial 27-yard line. Marcel again. This time the screen pass inside, and Page, they'll snuff it out.
Austin Harshaw not fooled, staying home on the play.
Cam DeBrock complete.
Brock is stopped short or just crossed the 25-yard line, and the Cougars will have to kick it away.
Wasn't able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. So Centennial and
into punt, number 19, Carter
Potts going to send it away, trying to flip the field as much as possible.
Potts again from last week. Boy, that was a controversial call. Had that punt bounced off the Franklin player. We'll get to that in a second. The ball takes a Page bounce and will fall back inside Centennial territory. Well, the Cougars will take, or the Patriots will take over 1st and 10 from the Centennial 49-yard line.
Down by number 8, Till Chester.
That defensive Centennial not getting a lot of rest.
It's 1st and 10.
See how much rest Bubba Johnson was able to get. He's actually still on the sideline getting a breather as looks like Ryan Rutland's going to get some playing time in the backfield, but fresh offensive Page against a tired, I would assume a tired defense of the Cougars in midfield. Not a good start for the defense.
So Walker again, this time pass falls incomplete.
Walker's pass.
Looked like it was intended for Hayes Barnett.
Brings up 2nd down.
Little designed rollout. Hayes on a little drag route to the right side. Walker kind of fishes it in there at his feet. Throw probably wasn't there, trying to negate any type of turnover potentially there.
So second down and 10, again from the 49-yard line are the Patriots. 4:40 to go, and under pressure, Walker gets it out to his receiver. That's number 6, Ryan Rutland, and he'll be run out of bounds at about the 45-yard line of Centennial.
Run out of bounds.
Talking last week,
By number 13, Joseph Nelson.
Centennial kicks it away on a punt, time winding down.
It's third down.
The
and
punt
5.
glanced off a Franklin player. Centennial pounced on it.
Who was past the line of scrimmage.
After a big brouhaha and several conferences, they gave the ball back to the Rebels, and that's when Coach Kreisky, he had a kind of a come apart there. Don't blame him at all. His pass is complete rather,
that was
to
good.
Miles Bond down to the 40-yard line. So that's why Coach Kreisky isn't with us tonight, was suspended for tonight's action.
And good job by Centennial after that play, facing adversity in their own territory after that punt, and able to hold Franklin, stop them. They were unable to get any points, and were able to score that last second touchdown to Townsville from Marcel, and with 4 seconds left, I believe, to force overtime. So a great job facing adversity and overcoming it with the Cougars, and now trying to carry that over to this game with the adversity of not having their own coach, but good hard count by Walker, and I think that's going to move the ball. Yep, you're going to give them the first down for the Patriots.
So it's a big nose man. I believe that's Manuel Osamio Lau, who jumped into the Patriots backfield and moves the ball to the 35-yard line. 3:33 to go here in the half. Patriots on top 14-0. And driving yet again, Centennial can ill afford to have another score. As Johnson runs into the big pile of people, stops short of the 30-yard line. Maybe a pickup of 3 yards on the play.
Pickup of about 3 brings up second down and 7.
So Page, I wouldn't suspect, is in any massive hurry here.
Not at all.
With the 14-point advantage. And we've got a player down. So
that's Bubba, actually.
I'm wondering if that might be a cramp.
I think so. A little bit of humidity out tonight. That might be.
They've been working him hard tonight.
Came up wobbling after that drive after he scored too. I think it is a little bit of cramps.
So the Patriots, their only loss of the year to Lipscomb Academy. That was,
so you were able to find that out. It was Lipscomb Academy.
Yep.
Okay.
I think that was about the 4th game of their season. The last weekend, they had the massive win against Summit.
That was pretty much for the region right there.
24-14. Left on their schedule, Columbia, and at Lincoln County. And then they'll close out the regular season back here at Page High School with Franklin County. Centennial trying to end a 2-game losing skid. Again, we've been talking about it all night. The double overtime loss to Franklin last Friday night. So take a look at the Page sidelines.
Was it Independence before that, or was it Summit?
It was not Springfield.
They didn't lose to Spring Hill.
No.
I don't remember who it was. Uh-oh.
Wait on the pass, and that will fall incomplete.
Walker's pass intended for number 8, Tilt Chester.
Shelbyville. 21-17, I believe, was the final. That was homecoming.
That's right. Okay.
Incomplete. Brings up third down.
So third down on the incomplete pass. 2:36 remaining in the half. Third down and 7 now for the Patriots. Ball spotted at the Centennial 31-yard line.
Big defensive play here for Centennial.
Walker again under pressure. He'll take it himself. Find some daylight and a lot more. And can he make it outside? And he will.
Oh, he
ball
loses
comes
the ball.
away, comes loose. And Page there to pounce on it. That's number 13, Miles Bond.
Wow.
As the ball left there on the floor, Bond able to jump on top.
Down to the 4-yard line where it's fumbled
Walker
and recovered
chose
by the
to
Patriots.
initiate that
Miles
hit with the
Bond
secondary
is first and goal
of
at the
Centennial. Not
4-yard
sure
line.
exactly who it was, but was able. Let's see here. Great job by Cade Walker, eluding the rushers as we see there. And as we've seen time and time again tonight, green grass, nothing but green grass in front of him. But cuts it to the outside here. Instead of going out of bounds, initiates the hit close to the goal line, trying to get in the end zone. And I don't let's see what we got here. It was like 23. Mike Sangster there. I think that was 23, right?
That was Michael Sangster, one of my favorite students of all time.
Oh, wow, that's a high accolade there. But regardless, luckily Miles Bond there to pounce on it. And lucky break for Page. Even more unlucky. So for Centennial, after needing a huge stop on defense there, inside their own 5-yard line, not looking too good.
Don't want to miss out on the opportunity to win a chance for $10,000.
That big offensive front of Page.
Purchase a Page Sports booster raffle ticket tonight, and you could be taking home $10,000, $5,000, $3,000, or $2,000.
Oh, how do we get in on that contest?
All I heard was thousands of dollars.
Than the lottery. Raffle tickets are being sold tonight through
So the big hit by my former freshman, Michael Sangster, jarred the ball loose, but Centennial unable to come away with the fumble, and Page will have it first and goal at the 4-yard line, 1:50 to go in the half, as again, Page spreads the field. Walker again, this time calls his own number yet again, fakes the throw, and Walker will make his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Battles his way into the end zone for...
Well, this time, Michael, Cade Walker was determined to get in the end zone on this drive after using his legs. Good use of the pump fake, opening up that little extra lane as he cut back inside to the left. And easy score for Cade Walker and the Patriots. Sole possession of the lead and in the driver's seat to head into the locker room. 1:43 though, Cougars could get something going, get some points on the board going into the locker room.
So Tidmore again, straight and true, and now the Page Patriots will take the 21-point edge. 1:43 to go in the first half, and Centennial desperate for an answer now, as their backs are against the wall. They've not been able to put any points on the board. Turnovers have hurt them, as has a healthy dose of the big running back, Bubba Johnson.
I'd actually be surprised to see him back on the field tonight, Michael. You know, he's done his thing so far tonight. Good stats, played hard. No need to beat himself up anymore going into the final few weeks of the season after tonight's game. Especially with the 21-0 lead, I see a heavy dose of number 6, Rutland, out there for the Patriots to finish off this game in the second half.
Tidmore to kick off. Smith and Townsend deep for the Cougars.
So Tidmore again to kick it away for Page. Smith, Townsend back deep for Centennial, just inside their own 10-yard line. And this will sail into the end zone, and Centennial will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Tidmore's pass. Tidmore's kick.
Well, three timeouts left for the Cougars. If they can get the ball moving, get the chains moving, they can have enough time to get points on the board. But got to stay away from the turnovers. That has been their issue. It has been 14 points have been a result of that so far from the Cougars that Page has capitalized on. So need to keep it turnover free on this drive to get any last chance points of the half.
Marcel, the inside give this time to Smith, who breaks it to the outside and will be wrestled out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. That's good to stop the clock. 1:33 to go here in the half. And they'll move the chain, so a big first down pickup for Desmond Smith and the Centennial Cougars.
Right at the 30-yard line, where it'll be
desperately need points on the board.
Cougars.
Absolutely. Well, good start to get to that outcome, that destination, if you will. Desmond Smith, strong first down run.
Marcel looking, in trouble.
Got to get rid of it.
Rolls to his right and got his man. That is number 36, Sam Dotson.
Pass.
He wasn't able to get out of bounds, but was able to move the chains that will stop the clock to get them moved in a play in for offense. Good start so far, so good for the Cougs.
So spot the ball at the 41-yard line. Clock ticking to minute 10 to go. That was a good job of the receiver coming back to help his quarterback out. This time the ball is incomplete. Can't tell with that light blue number across the field exactly who that is.
I think it's Cannon Plowman, the 5'8" sophomore receiver.
It's second down.
Actually showing quarterback and free safety, but getting reps there as a wideout. As you were mentioning from the previous play, coming back to the ball to pick up his receiver, unable to hold on to it, but stops the clock nonetheless, which is a positive note from that play.
So Plowman, the intended receiver. 1:05 to go now. Marcel looking in trouble again, and this time he'll be wrestled down by number 34 on the sack. That is Hank White.
Marcel.
And timeout called as the Cougars will stop the clock with 56 seconds remaining.
Hank White.
Loss of about 6 yards on the play.
Yards, it'll bring up third down and 16.
So Centennial will have it 3rd and 16 when they come back, under a minute to go here in the half.
I would assume possibly in 4-down territory, trying to think of a play here to get at least 10 yards back on this. Don't have to get it all unless you're not planning on going for it on 4th down. But get at least 10, get close to midfield, and give yourself a better chance to go for it on 4th down, keep the ball away from Page, and giving them an opportunity to score once again before halftime. So we'll see what the offense of the Cougars have drawn up, and Coach Glover filling in tonight with the play call sheet. Big down here on both sides.
So 3rd down and 16. Patriots looking to show that blitz, and they'll come with it. Again, Marcel in trouble, and he's got to dump it in the dirt. And they'll throw a flag on him.
Marcel under pressure.
They'll call the intentional ground here.
I might be mistaken, but is the quarterback box, the pocket, is there a
Well, they
back?
threw the. I saw the flag come in, and
he didn't necessarily pass the line of scrimmage with the throw, but I think he was out of the tackle box personally. As far if there's a backside of the tackle box, he was definitely at least 8 to 9 yards outside of it. In my personal opinion, but I don't know the rule exactly. I might be wrong, but good effort by Marcel trying to get the ball across the line of scrimmage to negate any type of flag, unable to get any type of another down to
17-yard line.
Keep away from punting.
That flag will have
And a couple acres.
Centennial kicking from inside their own 5-yard line. And Page, Parker Hazard, should come away with this in prime field position, 48 seconds remaining.
Exactly what I was talking about, what Centennial did not want. Page getting the ball in good field position with another chance to score, and they're going to on this short punt.
And this will take a flight straight up in the air.
Oh, goodness.
And one of the Page players
Cooper
pounces on it
on the punt
at the 35-yard line. So 34 seconds remaining. And Page
the Patriot 34
has a
timeout.
It's 1st and 10. Patriots.
They might not land a knockout blow with a touchdown, but boy, it'd be awfully close to it if they could score right here.
Well, Chase Tidmore, their senior kicker, can make it. Or I don't even know if he's a senior. Is he a senior?
Got a 12 next to his name.
Okay, perfect. So he's got a leg on him. So I'd love to see him use it if they're unable to get into the end zone.
Walker again. He'll look in trouble, and he'll be wrestled down again at the 36-yard line as the Centennial defense breaks through and comes up with a big sack. And the Patriots will call timeout. 23 seconds remaining in the half. Up 21-0. They're looking for
3 yards of the play.
A little bit more.
13.
Bledsoe in on the 3-yard loss on the sack. Huge play at a big time for that Cougar defense. Forcing Page to use their last time out and be very meticulous and smart with their play calling and play choosing.
45.
As we see on the sidelines, Tidmore getting that leg loose with the potential opportunity for 3 extra points going into the locker room.
So I think I see gosh, I mistake a flag for the football. So 2nd down and 13 following the sack. 23 seconds remaining. Page will likely have 2 more, maybe 3 more plays.
Bubba Johnson back on the field for the Page offense. Set up in that near side tight end slot position.
So a couple of stacked receivers close to us down here. And Walker will take it himself. Nice cut inside. Finds some daylight to the outside and is trying to get out of bounds. Does get out of bounds.
Dragged out of bounds at the 23-yard line.
Let's call it at the 23, 13 seconds remaining.
First and 10.
So again, the legs of Cade Walker gives Page the first down. And clock begins to run. And they'll spike it and kill the clock yet again after the first down.
It's a little fake give there by Cade Walker and good awareness, able to realize he kind of had that clock in his head of how long he was going to run before he needed to get out of bounds, and he was able to. And now, Michael, the special teams unit is going to send out Tidmore. And
Tidmore in to attempt the field goal.
About a 40-yard.
Yeah, I was trying to do my math here. About a 44-yard attempt here. Tidmore setting up, and I believe the Cougars will call a timeout.
Going to ice them before halftime.
Timeout Cougars.
So now that gives us an opportunity to do our arithmetic.
23 yards.
41-yard field goal attempt.
10 yards, 33, 7,
Brown Bag and Marco's Pizza. When you visit these restaurants, be sure to thank them for their
43, yeah, you said that, right? I don't know why. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just a little bit slower tonight, I guess. I have a pen and paper, but I forgot my calculator. So, no, a definitely makeable kick for Mr. Tidmore.
Fall break.
It's been fall break.
Well, you don't have a fall break.
It's been
I
fall
have a fall break
for the past 6 years, my man.
I know yesterday our kids were 88 and out the gate once that final bell sounded. We got a couple of days off, much needed to end the first quarter.
All right, left hash.
So Tidmore again, 8 seconds remaining. And again, the Cougars will call a timeout.
Timeout, Cougars.
Much to the chagrin of the Page student section.
Trying to salvage any type of points they can to keep off the board or the Cougars.
After the game.
Why not? You can't take them home with you. Can't take them to the second half. Might as well use them.
Join us next week for our WCTV Game of the Week. For my favorite game of the year, Brentwood travels to Franklin High School for a long-time county rivalry.
That'll be an interesting matchup there as well, speaking of region standings.
So do we try it for real this time?
I believe so.
10 more again. That one is blocked. And Centennial, will they come away with it? Ball is wrestled for. It's kicked out of there.
Goodness gracious.
And finally, Page is able to jump on top of it. Centennial probably should have mentioned this earlier, but they did have a couple of blocked kicks last week.
They had two
and they saved the 3 points that time. So as we head into the halftime, the Patriots will go in up 21-0. And we are back on the other side of halftime. Stay with us. Back at Page High School for second half action between these Page Patriots and the visiting Centennial Cougars. Page on top 21-0 as we enter the third quarter. Parker Hazard, take us through what we need to know from the first half into the second half.
Well, what I need to know is a huge block, or what I know is, not what I need to know, but we all need to know what I know is from that first half is that was a huge blocked field goal there to end the first half that Centennial was able to pull off. And any type of momentum that Page was continuing to have and potentially run away with was stopped. Huge first drive coming up for Centennial, starting on their own 20, coming out of from a touchback here. And Michael, like I said, I'm no coach. I'm up here with you, but the lack of Alex Steele on the field for the offensive Centennial, I'm not sure if that's something they look to try to dig into this lead that Page has on them. But starting off right now, 21 will stay on the sidelines. So Centennial needing to move the ball, Michael, without turning the ball over and going forwards, not backwards with penalty flags.
So a couple of big turnovers in the first half really cost Centennial. Page able to capitalize with a couple of touchdowns. And then Bubba Johnson, the big running back, also able to come through for the Patriots. As you take a look at Desmond Smith, and he'll be run out of bounds
Desmond Smith on the
for
carry.
maybe a gain of 1.
Run out of bounds by Colby Burns.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Michael,
1 yard.
Bubba Johnson had a heck of a first half. That drive to score their second touchdown. Heavy dose of number 1, and we'll see if they decide to stay with him in the game plan in the second half or maybe spread the wealth a little bit. But as of right now, Centennial got to move the ball.
Marcel finally has his receiver come away with the ball, and it is dropped just on the other side of the 40-yard line. Pass intended was Kenan Plowman on the reception, had it in his grasp, but once he hit the deck, it popped free.
Third down.
I think this is one of those plays, Michael, that you were mentioning earlier, that his receivers, his receivers not, kind of not bailing him out very much on that play. Great throw and good attempt, good play by Plowman there, just not able to bring it in. Like I said, I think that was a good decision, good play call by the Cougars. Just unfortunate not able to convert third and long on their own 20, though.
So 3rd down and 9 as Marcel goes with a quick screen and Page sniffs it out. And the ball stops just short of the 25-yard line. So 3 and out quickly for Centennial as they'll have to punt it away.
Austin Harshaw once again, Michael, that's a similar screen play that they started off looking to the right and brought it back to the left. And they did that previously in the first half. And Harshaw once again staying home in his zone unblocked, keeping it to a minimal gain, and going to get, potentially good field position after this punt.
So I believe that's Simon Simmons back for Page. And
Much
nice
better
kick. And this one will sail out of bounds at about the Page 45-yard line. So the Patriots will take over 1st and 10 for their first offensive possession of the second half.
Yeah, great punt by Potts there. Keeping it on the other side of the 50. Make it the 46. Where the Patriots will start, Michael, and we'll see what type of scheme and game plan they have coming out of the locker room. If they'll keep it on the ground with heavy doses of Bubba Johnson again, or kind of open it up for Cade Walker, which he has plenty of tools and weapons around him to use.
So the ball spotted at the 46-yard line.
There's one of them right here.
The quick sweep comes to number 13. That is Miles Bond, but he taken down quickly. I believe the tackle made by 45 Christian Bledsoe.
I think that was actually number 42, Forrest Dengler, again in there on a big spot.
Of course it was.
He had a couple big ones earlier in the first half as well. A good job by the young man, keeping the speedy Miles Bond to no gain.
Brings up 2nd down.
So no gain on the play. 2nd down 10, just underway here in the third quarter. Walker again firing to his right side. This time he's got his man. His receiver is Hayes Barnett. And that
Complete
one
number
knocked out of
16,
bounds
Barnett.
just beyond the 50-yard
Comes out of
line.
bounds.
So maybe a pickup
That's
of
49-yard line. It's third down.
5 yards on the play. Brings up third down and 5.
Safe play, safe route there for the Page. Keeping in forward momentum as we see Bubba Johnson there in front of Walker, blocking any loose defenders that get into the backfield. So third and mid-range here, Michael.
Again, Johnson this time, Centennial snuffs it out, and Johnson, who had a big first half, had a steady dose of him for a Page scoring drive in the second quarter and stopped short, and the Patriots will have to punt it away. Tidmore again on to kick it away, and Kevin Townsell, I believe that's number 3. Help me out, Parker. Can you see that number way out there?
That is Townsell, number 3 out there.
So Townsell set to receive it.
Townsell deep for the Cougars.
And big 3-and-out stop for the Cougars defense as well, Michael.
Townsell will call for the fair catch just outside of his 10-yard line, and the Cougars needing something desperately here. Still with a goose egg on the scoreboard.
And Page does not let up a lot of points, Michael, so that is something that they've grown accustomed to having on the scoreboard from the other side, or from their opponents, rather. And just an effortless punt there by Chase Tidmore. Just what a leg by that kid, and great punt starting the Cougars out deep in their own territory, right at the 10-yard line.
So Marcel again with a quick screen to the left, and this time Page, that defense says nothing doing, as they've seen that play before. And they'll spin down the ball carrier inside the 10-yard line. So maybe a loss on the play, actually.
Yeah, at this time it was Nolan Henry, number 40, the junior defensive lineman there for the Patriots. Make that linebacker in on the tackle for loss, as you said.
So they'll call it second down and 11. Again, the inside give to Desmond Smith. He makes it up to the 15-yard line. So maybe a pickup of 4 yards on the play.
Brings up third down.
A little bit of breathing room. We'll see with third and long if the Cougars will go to that delayed handoff that has gotten them third down conversions on previous occasions in the first half. See what they decide to do here.
So Grayson Marcel with a live arm.
Absolutely.
Has kind of sailed a few passes, and then a couple of his receivers have kind of let him down. But that time, everything connects, and it's good for the first down.
Plowman making up for that drop earlier, showing sure hands on that out route. Good throwing catch. Way to move the chains for the Cougars.
So Cannon Plowman on the big first down reception, and hopefully that'll give some confidence and some life to the Centennial Cougars as we tick to 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
It's first and 10, Cougars.
Again, the pass is knocked in the air.
Just tried the same screen to the other side, Michael. Patriots are ready for it.
Van Lanningham, ball's incomplete. Second down.
Big sophomore Max Van Landingham in there on the deflection.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down and 10. Ball just beyond the 20-yard line at the 23. Marcel again with 3 receivers to his right in trouble. This time to give up the gut and trying to weave his way is Desmond Smith again.
On the carry.
He'll fall short of the 30-yard line.
Michael Mayer.
A great job there following his block, making the cut upfield. Cutting that
Buckley on the tackle.
Distance to gain in half. And giving the Cougars a good chance to convert here on third down. Got distracted. Big number 21, Alex Steele in the backfield next to Marcel, Michael.
So third down and 4. Do they go with him? They will. Big Alexander Steele. He will rumble and continue to rumble, crossing the 40-yard line.
There we go.
Steele on the carry.
as big Alexander Steele, the 12th grader, all 6'3", 235 pounds of him, will rumble beyond the 40-yard line and give Centennial a huge first down with 7 minutes to go here in the third.
I'm sorry, I just can't help but to wonder where he's been all night. He's still on the field, so I can't complain too much, but great job, Alexander Steele, keeping this drive going for the Cougars, and we'll see what type of impact he has and if he's inserted into this play calling scheme for Centennial.
Again, the give to Steele, and he will try to weave his way. Finds
There
a little
he goes.
daylight to the right side is Alexander Steele, and he's into Page territory
Steele on the carry.
just beyond their 40-yard line. Big Alexander Steele is coming to life here. The ball spotted at the 42, or the 37 rather, of Page. So now the Cougars in business. It was the first half of Bubba Johnson. Now is it a second half of big Alexander Steele?
Well, 2 carries, two opportunities to run the ball Mr. Steele had, as we see here on this big first down run. Young man better pay more attention to tucking in that ball because he holds it pretty loose, kind of scary, but big 2 plays by Mr. Steele.
The ball this time swung to Smith on the outside, tries to elude a defender, and will slip down at about the 36-yard line, so maybe a pickup of 1 on the play.
Nice little juke stick action by Desmond Smith, unable to shake loose from Nick Hurd there on the coverage, but nonetheless keeping the ball moving forward is Centennial.
So second down and 10 now. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. Little trap play inside, and again the give to Smith. He's to the left side and run out of bounds, but not before he reaches a first down. And now Parker Hazard, these Cougars coming to life offensively.
Absolutely great misdirection play. Good first step by Desmond Smith, planting that right foot, getting the defensive front of Page to bite, and follows his blocks on the left side edge. Great gain, and this leaves Alexander Steele to come in and pick it up after that long gain.
Steele again, he'll take it to the left side, make a couple of people miss and make a defender pay
Alex Steele
right before he reaches the 15, just shy of the first down. 5 minutes to go here in the third, and Centennial now on the march.
Boy, I tell you, I said earlier in the broadcast, Michael, that you've seen Alexander Steele play. I have not in person, that is. For a big fella as he is, he's got some wheels. He moves fairly quick and definitely has that downhill ability, as you mentioned earlier, that Bubba Johnson does.
Give it to him again, second down and 4. He crosses the 15, lowers his head and gets inside the 10. Another first down.
Alex Steele.
And Page defenders now on their backsides as big Alexander Steele runs downhill, like you said.
Couple heads over on the Centennial fan bleachers side kind of perking up a little bit, saying let the big dog eat, feed the big man. Alexander Steele answering the bell, making the most of his opportunities with the ball. Oh, good hard count.
Tried to get Page to jump right there.
Good discipline.
And again, the play clock down to 0. Don't have one tonight. Again, Steele again rumbles, falls inside the 5-yard line.
Even there, right there, even without any blockers, they were unblocked on the left side. He was still able to get 3 yards out of that.
So they'll mark the ball right at the 5-yard line, and Steele will come out of the game this time. Smith back in his place at running back. 3:30 to go.
And second and goal at the 5.
Smith to that right side and nothing doing. Big number 10, that is Max Van Landingham, whose name we've called a couple of times tonight on defense, will wrestle Smith to the ground, and a loss on the play. Back to the 11-yard line.
On the tackle.
Loss of 6 yards.
And Max just
it's 3rd and 11.
Just shook off the tackle the offensive tackle there and met Smith in the backfield with nowhere to go. Just free, easy money into the backfield for number 10. Big third down.
So 3rd and 11 now. And Marcel is spun down, shovels it off to Steele, who eludes a defender, still on his feet, and will be run out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. So after all of that, maybe a pickup of a yard on the play. And now what do you do, Parker Hazard? Do you go ahead and try to put 3 on the board, or do you, here comes Steele marching out to the field again.
I mean, you're down 21. You keep doing what you're doing. You pound the ball, or regardless whether you run it or pass it, you go for it here and you go. But Desmond Smith picking up his quarterback on that play, being there for him, able to turn nothing into something, and making this a 9-yard gain to get here.
Well, here comes Centennial. Marcel looking. Plenty of time.
Great blocking.
All of his receivers covered up. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Centennial.
Wide open.
The number 36.
36 is Sam Dodson.
I want to say that it looked
was
like
that 36?
35. Coor. I want to believe. No, that was 36. Mr. PA announcer was correct.
Sam Dodson also. They've got him listed as a kicker.
That is why I was questioning it. And forgive me, Mr. Dodson.
Extra point.
So Sam Dodson all alone in the back of the end zone after Marcel able to buy some time. And Centennial, with their first points of the night, it couldn't have come at a better time, Parker Hazard.
Makes it interesting, doesn't it? Defense comes out and stops Page on their first possession, 3 and out. Get your second opportunity on offense. Bring in your secret weapon, your wild card, Alexander Steele, and obviously
again, we wanted to remind you that
was a good idea. And use him as a blocker on that last play, Michael. And he was able, as we see here, perfect timing. Thanks, Lance, and the guys in the truck. But right here on the edge, making sure that the edge was not broken up there. Regardless, Marcel had plenty of time, floated it in over the linebacking core, just perfect finesse, and Dodson was able to hold on to it. And what better storyline to get your first touchdown than being 4th and goal down 21-0.
So the Cougars able to strike here, 2:20 to go in the third quarter. As I believe that is Johnny Crouch set to kick it away for the Cougars. They haven't had to do this a whole lot tonight, but finally Crouch will nail this one into the end zone, and Page will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20. So how big was that? How big is that touchdown?
I think that touchdown just saved the game for the Cougars. That kept it a game. Excuse me. I think, honestly. I really do, Michael. That right there was huge. Big defensive stand, like I said before, forced it 3 and out. And the offense picked up that performance of their defense, and huge score. And Coach Glover, first night with the realm of that playbook, rolling the dice and being successful.
Well, now you know what you're going to get, a big steady dose of Bubba Johnson as he is shy of the 25-yard line, maybe a pickup of 4 yards on the play.
Battles his way up to the 23-yard line.
Call it a gain of 3. So we take the 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
And you're likely to see Page keeping that clock moving one way or another. I think you'll continue to see a healthy dose of mix of run and pass. But of course, as long as those cramps stay away, Bubba Johnson will be getting a lot of that ball.
So Walker again, pressure. This time rolling right, firing, got his receiver. That is Miles Bond again, and Bond shedding tacklers. And he's inside the 40-yard line of Centennial. So Miles Bond taking a cue from his running back teammate, Bubba Johnson, and shirking defenders as he's able to make it down inside the 40, mark it at the 37 of Centennial.
First and 10.
And Page has it 1st and 10.
It's a
At the
great
37
job by Walker
yard
rolling to the
line.
right. Even better job by Miles Bond. Kind of a little release route going straight down the field, seeing his quarterback rolling to the right. He as well fading to the right, separating from the receiver and getting a big, big gain.
They'll give it to him again. And this time,
Walker's pass
slung out of
complete.
bounds is Miles Bond,
Miles Bond,
but he's close again to a first down.
driven out of bounds by Kevin Townsell.
They'll mark the ball at the 27. Go ahead and move the chain. So first down, Centennial, as we are exactly at a
First
minute
and 10 Patriots
to go here in the third quarter.
at the Cougar 27-yard line.
Big two plays there by Miles Bond, the senior receiver, showing off his wheels and elusiveness, as you mentioned, Michael.
So Bubba Johnson this time runs into the pile, and he's close to the 20-yard line. Maybe a pickup of 5 on the play. The clock continues to run. 35 seconds now to go in the
Bounces way
third.
down to the 22-yard
This is a drive.
line.
If you're Centennial, the
Pickup of 5. It'll be
worst
second
case
and
scenario is a
5.
field goal. Yeah, that's the most that you want Page or want to give up to Page on this drive if you want to stay in this game and claw back into this lead that your offense has helped you out with and started so far. But big plays, mixing that run and pass, as we said earlier. Page driving.
So the Patriots content to let the clock run out here in the third, and they will swap ends of the field as the third quarter, the penultimate
And
quarter,
after 3 quarters,
comes to a close. Page on top 21-7,
it's the
and the Patriots driving.
and up
They'll be
21.
it started at
7
second down and 5
over the Centennial Cougars.
as the last quarter gets underway.
Congratulations to the Lady Patriots soccer team in their district victory tonight over Giles County, 3-0. They will play at Nolensville Tuesday.
You see the Lady Patriots
Again, if you
as
were
we hear
making
their
plans to
soccer
attend
team
the
big
fifth
district
quarter,
tournament
a
win over
reminder
Giles County.
That due to fall
Tonight,
break, we
3-0.
will not be having fifth quarter
Shout out to the
tonight.
Lady Patriots. I think I actually saw them
Patriot
playing
Athletics would like to
that
thank the
match
Bowdoin
as I
Joint
drove in
Institute
here
of
this evening. They were
Tennessee
finishing that
and
up over
Williamson
there.
Medical Center,
Had a
Page High
nice
School's
nice healthy
official
crowd for the
medicine
soccer game.
provider.
I'm sure some trickled over
Marina
here
Yon
for
is your certified athletic trainer.
this game we got going on
and
right now
Dr. Jim
too. Good time of year for fall sports in Williamson County, that's for sure.
A lot of construction going on here at the middle school campus across the way.
Oh, is that right?
Yep,
Expansion?
little expansion looks
Yeah?
like.
All right.
Dr. Jim Fiechtel is your team physician, if I got that name right. The Bowdoin Joint Institute.
Second down and 5 from the 22. Johnson again. I think that is Johnson. He's inside the 20-yard line. Correct me if I'm wrong, Parker.
Actually, I think that's it. How downhill Rutland
think that was Rutland
Yeah, that was
that time.
Ryan Rutland, but did look a lot like shades of Bubba Johnson there, as we do see number 1 coming in the game now.
Not a great deal
About
of,
3 yards. It's
we'll call
third
it
down and
finesse on these Page running backs, but my goodness, they do run downhill.
With the
At
way
the
that blocking
19-yard
is
line.
up front, opens up just enough of a hole. The power and vision that these running backs have for Page, and just the style of running they have, it just works, and we've seen that all night.
So third down and 2, 11:20 now in the ball game. Page trying to draw off Centennial offsides. This time Walker, he'll take it and dive inside the 15,
Walker
and he'll have the first down.
Battles his way across the 15-yard
Great
line.
job deciding
For
to keep
first
it
and 10.
was
Patriots.
Walker, and also with awareness, knowing where his marker to gain
Tackled
was,
by
and
number 26, Luke
solidified
Prager.
that by getting across the 15. Good job keeping the chains moving on third down for Cade Walker, and Patriots still in business. Big
ball
red-
mark.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, just inside the 20-yard line. Go ahead and finish your thought if you like.
I was just going to say big red zone stand here for the defense. Going to test the grit to see if they can keep their team in this game. I've always wanted to use that word in a sentence too.
Walker looking, firing, corner of the end zone, got his man. Touchdown,
Walker's
Page.
pass. Complete
Beautifully
to
done,
17.
beautiful reception.
To number 11, Blaine Burrow.
Blaine Burrow on
The
the reception
Patriots
for
touchdown.
the Patriots, and now these Page Patriots with the opportunity to go up 28-7.
To attempt the extra point.
Great throw, great catch.
Great separation as well by Mr. Burrow. Didn't catch him off the line, how he was able to get that free of space in the end zone.
So Tidmore sends the try through.
And good.
And once again,
And
Page
on the field. It's your
commanding
Patriots,
lead here.
28.
10:26 remaining in the ball game.
As we see here, man in motion was Evans. And just a healthy, 2.5 step drop. Walker knew his read, knew where he was going, and Burrow just off the line beating Townsend. And like you said, great throw and great catch. That's got to be close to 100% chance every single time of being caught. Great shot right there, Mike, as we see almost full moon. Good shot by our fellows here at the WCTV crew.
Last time we had a full moon, it was a Friday the 13th, September the 13th, down at Franklin.
That's right.
As a gold sponsor for Page Patriot Football, they offer comprehensive employment benefits and
Well,
HR
we'll see
solutions. Thank you
how much of a
to
factor
the
this
Brewery
moon
Group
has on this
for your
game as
continued support.
Page looking to shut the door on the
The Brett Boyer
Cougars.
Foundation is the
here on this
sponsor for the
defensive
Page
drive.
Patriot Football program. The Brett Boyer
See if we see
Foundation
number
raises
21 for the
awareness
Cougars
and
out on the
funds
field again
for
on
research
offense.
for congenital
Would hope
heart
so after the
disease.
Hope
production
so,
he had.
absolutely. It's fun to watch.
Yes, I'm enjoying it thoroughly. And can't help but think that the score might be a little different or the offensive production might be a little different if he was in the game longer. But like I said, we don't know what caused him to not be in the game as long in the first half, but he is now, so that's what they need.
This can be returned. And lots of daylight up the gut.
Good patience by Townsend there, waiting for that hole to open up.
So Kevin Townsend had a lot of green in front of him, and a door closes shut at the 30-yard line, and Centennial will take over 1st and 10. They got a long way to go and a short time to get there, do these Centennial Cougars.
It's a musical reference there. I like it.
Cougars.
I think that movie came out way before you were born.
It is, because I have no idea.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I know the song, long way to go, short time to get there. I know the
Smokey and
song.
the Bandit
Yeah, there you
reference.
go. I just couldn't think of the reference.
The ball fall is incomplete.
Yeah, you are 100% correct. I am too young to know that reference, but I do know the song.
Actually, Page High School back in my day was the setting for a movie, At Close Range.
Oh, is that right?
Yep, it was Sean Penn movie.
Okay.
They
look
were
at that.
Sean Penn and crew were in Franklin for
Well, good for Page High School.
about 2 or 3 months, I remember. That give inside to Smith yet again. Crosses the 30-yard line. He's maybe a pickup of 3 on the play. Clock ticks under 10 minutes to play.
Yeah, not much on that carry as we see with those pink gloves. Alexander Steele coming in. I would imagine to be an extra blocker on this play where 3rd and 7 would be looking for a passing down, I would think, for Centennial after this timeout. Injured player for Centennial.
So it looks like maybe some more calf cramps.
I think that's that is
Looks
Smith.
Like Desmond Smith. Well, there's not a whole lot you can do once that calf knots up on you.
Shaking up on the play.
Hope it's a calf cramp and not anything more serious than that. He kind of hobbled off the field
I
there.
would think so. It wasn't taken down very forcefully.
The
They're
great,
down at 7.
the great
for the Cougars.
Christopher Walken was in that movie as well.
It's a heck of an actor.
Some of it shot at the old Dodson's restaurant there at the end of Main Street.
Yeah,
Where a big, massive condominium complex is going up now.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Uh-oh, Steele going wide.
3rd down and 7. Here are the Cougars in desperate need of a first down, and they will have it and a little bit more. Couldn't tell if the receiver, well, some of the Page players pointing that the receiver's knee was down. but nevertheless, he got up and took off.
Centennial's selling it. They're trying to get the ball moved and snapped. We'll see what we got here on the replay.
Well, we can check it, but I don't think they can't check it. Yeah, he looked like he was down right there at the 40-yard line. So Centennial maybe getting away with a little bit of extra yardage here. The ball spotted at their own 49. Marcel back to pass. Again, his receiver collects it. That is Cannon Plowman.
Good pass by Marcel there.
Number 7.
Plowman will have it right at the first down marker.
Cannon Plowman.
And Centennial on the positive end of the perks of it being high school football, where we are the only ones to see that replay on that last play. But good throw and catch there from Marcel to Plowman, keeping the ball moving and needing to go fast and in a hurry.
So a pickup of 9 on the play brings up second down and 1, and with the hard count there, a free 5 yards and a free first down. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. 8:33 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, Page helping him out there on yards on that play. Clock moving, though, is the Patriots' friend. So
Steele back in the game. Pass complete. This time to, looks like, I want to say Camden Brock. Help me out on the number, am I right? So Camden Brock, unless the thumb is to indicate the number 1 there.
No. That was a silent confirmation there for you on the number call. Yeah, good throw and catch. Great blocking there by Alexander Steele. You know, if he's not using his legs, he is using his blocking ability, as we see right there on that play.
Marcel going deep into the end zone. Ball knocked away at the last minute.
Simon Simmons there on the coverage with.
Pass intended for number 3.
Townsell, Kevin Townsell there.
Kevin Townsell.
Townsell had to play defender there momentarily, keeping the ball away from Simmons.
It's third down.
To make it third down and another play for Page. Excuse me, Centennial to keep the chains moving.
So Centennial 3rd down and 4. Ball spotted at the Page 31. That time to Steele, and Steele rumbles. Got some space, and he's down to the 15-yard line. My goodness, where has he been all night?
On the carry.
Well, that's a good question, but it's kind of hard to say that now. You know, having to move the ball, have to put the ball in the air as much as you can, but have not run the ball since Smith went out a few plays previous to this, and now great opportunity, great time to do that delayed handoff, 3rd and 4, and still showing off what he is made of, and picking up the first down and letting Hank White feel it as well.
Marcel rolling to his right, picking up his man, and ball falls incomplete.
Dangerous.
Looked like it might have had another one of those tip drills from last week where
that's right.
Kevin Townsell had that huge deflection for a touchdown to tie the game.
It's second down.
But the ball falls incomplete, brings up second down, 7:16 remaining in the ball game. Centennial again on the march.
Yeah, you talk about that tip drill. Sam Dotson in the vicinity of that deflection, unable to pick it up.
So Marcel looking to the sidelines for his change of direction. Ball spotted just inside the 15. Again, the give to Steele. Got some room on the left side. Barrels over a defender. And Alexander Steele into the end zone for the touchdown.
Battles his way into the end zone for the Cougar touchdown.
Mr. Alexander Steele. Michael, you've talked about him. We've asked where he's been. He might have been asking the same question tonight, but he's letting us know where he is now. Bringing the score to 2 possessions. The clock might not be on their side, but Alexander Steele showing what he is made of and keeping the Cougars in this game and on the scoreboard.
So Crouch set for the try.
Ooh, almost blocked.
And straight and true, so you're right, Parker Hazard. We have, again, a game as Centennial cuts this lead to 28-14, 7:09 remaining in the ball game. Take a look at it again.
And with high school football, anything is possible nowadays, as untouched there until the 5-yard line. Last-ditch effort by Hayes Barnett, undersized compared to the big 6'3", 235-pound running back. And finally, the big man touches pay dirt, gets to eat a little bit tonight, and keeps the Cougars in this game. Wonder if we'll see any type of trickeration or misdirection on this kickoff by the Cougars. Page does have a heavy dose of hands guys there around the 50-yard line. So we'll see what the special teams unit of the Cougars decides to do.
So Page expecting something short, and they'll get something short. Ball scrambled for, and I believe the Patriots will come away with it.
Yeah, Miles Bond there coming up from the pile with the ball. I know it hit him there initially. I didn't know if he was able to corral it fully. We'll see here on the replay. Good onside kick attempt by Crouch.
On the Patriot 49
Right to Miles Bond, like there. It just perfect bounce right back to him. Unfortunate for the Cougars. Onside kick attempt. Good job by Miles Bond keeping the Patriots alive with the ball.
Well, 7:05 remaining. You kind of question if that was maybe a little too soon on that onside kick attempt.
I think with how Page has been moving the ball all night, up 2 scores, I think you have to, honestly. If you're keeping a chance to win the ball game.
Trey Fonts.
I don't have a 43, but Trey Fox, it sounds like, was the name. No.
Number 43.
Trey Fonts. There's a new quarterback in the game.
9. It's 2nd down and 1.
So new quarterback and running back in for the game, Michael, for the Patriots.
So 2nd down and 1 after the carry. Again, the give inside, nothing doing. As big number 55, help me out if I'm Caden Carter on the tackle.
And Retland is the last name of the running back, I believe, is what I was able to hear from the PA announcer. So number 43, Rutland, into the game in the backfield for the Patriots. Looks like a few second-team guys out there right now for them as well.
There's a first-teamer marching onto the field.
Right as I say that.
Big Bubba Johnson.
Harrison Heyman, a new receiver, number 14, into the game as well for Page.
The give to Johnson. He'll run right up the gut and makes it a linebacker pay.
Hands off to Bubba Johnson, who powers his way forward to the 40-yard line.
Makes it up to the 40-yard line for the first down.
Patriots.
5:43 to go in the ball game.
James Corday coming in, trying to stop Bubba Johnson. Number 48, the sophomore linebacker for the Centennial Cougars on the opposite end of that shot by Bubba Johnson.
Well, Trey Founts, if we're correct on the number there, is the new quarterback. And the give stops at the 40-yard line. Ball carrier number...
Rutland on the carry.
Jordan Rutland, number 43.
Stopped by number 26.
The freshman.
The first name. Oh, freshman. All right.
Jordan Rutland, number 43.
Scrimmage at 2nd down and
is what
10.
I'm told.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was pretty sure on the last name, but we got the first name in there. Good to see the freshman getting some reps in. Looks like he's got some speed too, Michael.
He's going to need it here with 4:42 remaining in the ball game. And again, nothing doing and blown up quickly. Once again, I believe that was Caden Carter.
Yeah.
Who came in with a big lick on the freshman.
It's 3rd down.
Centennial calling a timeout to stop the clock.
And the Cougars will call timeout. Well, we hope you've, on this Thursday night, tuning in on our live stream, you take a look at the big lick there by Carter.
Great defensive play. Good play. Welcoming the freshman to the game.
The Brett Boyer Foundation.
Not so sure about this anymore. looks awfully fun. It was a man-sized hit right there. But hopefully you're joining us tonight live streaming on either Facebook or YouTube.
Their high school quarterback club is
we'll play this one a few more times throughout the course of the weekend, the WCTV Game of the Week.
VP of
And
Fundraising,
then again,
Chris Meyer.
a couple of times throughout the course of the week.
Secretary,
I believe
Jeff
your
Dahl.
last broadcast of this game will be
CEO
on
and school
Wednesday
liaison, Liz
of next
Kramer.
week, if I'm not mistaken. And then join us next Friday for one of the oldest rivalries in the county between Franklin at Brentwood as the Bruins pay visit to the Rebels' house. 3rd down and 14 for the Patriots. This time, a nice throw, nice catch. The receiver is number 14, Harrison Heyman.
Harrison Heyman.
So the ball spotted just inside the Centennial 30-yard line.
I'll tell you what,
Or
that
just
was
outside the Centennial 30-yard line. Excuse me.
yeah, and that was a rope by Founts there on the run, unable to reach the first down. But as we see, Bubba Johnson coming into the game for Rutland, they're going to go for it, and it's hard to argue where this ball's going.
So 4th down and 1 from the 31-yard line of Centennial.
Safe to say this is the game for Centennial.
Centennial loads up the box and don't know that they got that.
I think they stopped him.
As Johnson is stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. I believe he had to reach the 30-yard line. Centennial kids pointing back Page's direction. And sure enough, the ball will go over on down. So a huge stop on the running back, Johnson.
Yeah, I agree with the call here, Michael. Number 42 for the Cougars, Dangler, and once again, Forrest getting his name called, and yeah, easily down another a half to a full yard short of the 30-yard line to gain was Bubba Johnson. Huge play and gives the Cougars life. Just over 4 minutes to go, Michael. Gonna need to get the ball downfield quickly.
4:14 remaining in the ball game. Big Alexander Steele, who's had a massive second half. Marcel looking.
He's wide
fires
open.
To Steele and unable to come up with it.
Pass intended for
As
number
again,
21, Alex
Marcel
Steele.
been kind of sailing his passes tonight.
Which is unfortunate because the kid has an arm. And his receivers have done well to open up, give themselves space on their routes. But that coverage by the Page secondary is not one to fiddle with either.
So you know Centennial has to go to the air now deep in their own territory. But you also like to get the ball into Alexander Steele's hands, and that's exactly what Marcel was trying to do right there on the pass play.
Well, here
They
you go.
give on the trap play, on the draw rather, and Steele, again, will make the cornerback pay as he stopped just shy of the 40-yard line.
And Mr. Colby Burns on the receiving end of that Alexander Steele hit.
Bring up 3rd down and 3 as we take the 3:45 remaining in the ball game.
Yes, you need the clock to stop. You need to move the ball, but the positive yards they're getting are with Alexander Steele.
Marcel, again, his receivers just not in sync tonight as the pass falls incomplete. Stops the clock at 3:34.
Marcel's pass intended for
Camden
number 8,
Brock
Camden Brock.
making contact with the football and also making contact with the Page defender, which I am sure was part of the reason he was not able to hold on to the ball. But this by far a for sure 4-down situation for the Cougars offense, Michael. Here we go.
4th down and 3 now. Marcel looking, firing, got his man.
Nope.
Did he make the catch? Page players wave it off, and now the referees will confirm.
For number 7.
So the pass falls incomplete, and the ball will go over on downs. 3:28 remaining in the ball game.
And it's been an eventful night for Cannon Plowman, number 7 for the Cougars, as we see here going on an out route. Marcel looking at him the whole way, has him, both hands on the ball. But good defense by the Patriots, knocking the ball loose, and I would be safe to say with 3:28 left, Michael, solidifies their win in this game if their offense can keep the ball and keep the clock moving.
So Rutland again, the freshman, takes the dive to the left side. A very short gain, if anything, but
on the carry,
Centennial will go ahead and take a timeout.
66.
Yeah, taking their second timeout, keeping the clock stagnant for as long as possible.
It's 2nd and 11.
So second down and 11 once we return to action.
Trying to free up any type of chance, any space for a chance of a comeback. Looking for their defense to get a big turnover if possible.
Well, we saw these Cougars last week make a storm back against Franklin and tie the game with just a few seconds remaining to send it to overtime.
And with all odds against them as well. With
all odds against them, absolutely. They were in this position, 28-14, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was 28-21. It was 28-21 whenever.
Well, I remember they had been down by 2 touchdowns.
Right.
But they stormed back. They had to have 2 touchdowns, and they tied it at 28.
With 4 seconds left to go.
Yep. That's exactly right. 3:21 remaining here. Rutland again, the freshman running back, and loses the ball. And who's able to come away with it? I think I saw a red jersey pounce on it.
Wow.
That would have been massive. That would have been huge.
Owen Sachs.
And, talking about that game last week, that double overtime thriller, real quick, let's watch this. Rutland just kind of holding that ball away from his body. And big number 45 for Centennial, Christian Bledsoe, able to poke the ball free. But Centennial's two overtime thriller loss last week, that's got to be close to the game of the year for our WCTV Game of the Week broadcast. Close second. Franklin also was a part of an overtime thriller with Independence, if you do remember.
I remember that.
And that was the night you got to see a heck of a matchup with Ravenwood and Brentwood.
Yep.
So it was a lot of good games in this county that we've had the opportunity and pleasure of witnessing and calling. Page taking a timeout. Oh.
So Page called for a delay, and they'll have to take a timeout here. 2:25 remaining in the ball game.
Oh, okay. So they took the delay of game after the fumble. Got it. I got lost there for a second.
So Page headed back out on the field. Centennial, again, minus Coach Matt Kreisky tonight. Coached by assistant Jim Glover.
I think Coach Kreisky's got to be proud of the way his team's played tonight, offensively and defensively. Yeah, you got a couple turnovers on offense, but I can't see why you wouldn't be proud of your team tonight.
Page with a long 3rd down and 26. Screen pass, and that one
Bounce pass.
Wow.
Could have been disastrous.
14, Harrison Heyman.
Josh Forsey in the coverage there, playing the receiver. I think he could have taken that ball to the house if he was paying a little bit more attention. He was worried about the receiver, and that ball went right by him. Missed opportunity there for the Cougars.
So Kevin Townsville set to receive 2:22. The Cougars not out of it. And again,
no,
a bobbled snap. Kick is away. Kind of a wounded duck. Everybody get away. And we'll dribble out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. 2:12 to go in the ball game. Centennial needing 2 scores to tie this one up. The Page student section seems to think they have it wrapped up.
Tidmore's punt down at the 29-yard line.
Seen crazier things happen, Parker Hazard.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cougars.
And especially with high school football, they expect anything.
Absolutely.
And as we saw, a fumble but almost interception and a fumbled punt snap, anything can happen.
Here's Marcel spreading his troops, looking.
Plenty of time.
Going back to his right and finding his man, but the ball sails out of bounds. A lot of time ticked away on that play. 12 seconds, I believe. 2:02 remaining now.
Well, optimistic side of things, the clock is stopped after that play and no yards lost. So,
intended for Alex
bright side is bright side.
Very true. Very true indeed.
At least that's the way I like to look at things.
So Marcel will check the sidelines for his
Second
play.
down and 10.
2nd and 10 for the Cougars. 2:02 remaining in the ball game. Marcel again. Looking in trouble yet again. Firing and skipping the ball on the ground.
Pass intended for number 8, Camden.
Good coverage.
Ball falls incomplete.
Brock. Falls
Good
incomplete.
coverage by Page downfield. Good job by the offensive line of Centennial, giving Marcel as much time as they could. Page only rushing 3.
So that might have been a situation where Marcel wanted to chuck it to his closest man right there and get whatever he could out of that, I would suspect. But nevertheless, incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 10. This time they bring the house, and that time the ball swatted away by the Page defensive line.
Well, Michael, in these situations, in this point in times in the game, you look for your leaders on each position on both sides of the ball to come in and make a play, and Max Van Landingham just did right there, making this a 4th and long and probably finally the game for Centennial.
Yeah, this will likely be the last breath of life that the Cougars have. 1:51 remaining in the ball game. Centennial needing 2 scores to tie. If they don't make something here, and Marcel in trouble, trying to weave his way out, and has got his man.
There's
Look
Townsell.
out. Townsell again spun down. He's got the 1st down.
Got to move.
Beyond the
move.
45-yard line, Kevin Townsell, the hero from last week.
Hero from last week, part hero from this play. I'm going to go ahead and give the hero card to Marcel, bouncing out of trouble and finding Townsell over the middle, desperately trying to get out of bounds, unable to.
And this time the ball sails wide from the intended receiver, Kenan Plowman. Brings up 2nd down and 10, 1:27 to go in the ball game.
Good job by Marcel and getting his offense together and up to the line to get that ball snapped, not letting too much time go off the clock. And now as it is stopped, they can get a full series of plays in from the sidelines, keeping this ball moving as much as they can, as quick as they can.
So just as we're about to close the door on Centennial, they resurrect themselves with a Kevin Townsell reception.
Ain't that the truth?
1:27 here. Centennial. Ball back down again and nearly picked off.
Oh, my goodness, that was about to be a Sports Center top 10 play.
I believe that is
Van Landingham breaks up the pass.
That was
Max Van Landingham.
Once again.
Been calling his name a lot on defense tonight.
Can you believe that kid's only a sophomore, too?
Well, I'm sure Coach Rathbone is happy to have him back for a couple of years.
Man, just look at the size of the kid. They're playing left end, also the big tight end on the offensive side. Good upside the next 2 years for that man.
He's in the backfield yet again. Here's Marcel in trouble, firing to his right. That one is picked off.
Nick Hurd
Marcel's
closing and sealing the game for the Patriots.
Nick
That defense is stout, Michael.
So Nick Hurd, 111. He'll
Patriots.
come up with the pick, and that will likely do it for Centennial.
Yeah, I think that was going to put the nail in the coffin. Not once again, forced out right is Marcel by Van Landingham. Nothing. He's looking, might have been able or been better off to get rid of the ball out of bounds, but as we see there, Nick Hurd staying home in his zone and was fed the ball right to him. Turnover number 3 for the Cougars, and the end of a well-fought football game on their part as well.
So Centennial, or Page rather, will stack it around the ball. 1:11 to go.
Is Centennial going to burn that? Yeah,
And Centennial, exactly. They'll burn that last time out.
Great bump.
But it's pretty academic now, as Page can go ahead and sit on it with 1:05 remaining. They'll take what I believe will be, help me out, their 7th win of the year.
We're in week 7, so yeah, they're 2 and 4.
So their 6th win of the year. So they lost to Lipscomb.
Right, so there's 6 and 1.
So tonight will make them 6 and 1. This is not a region game.
They are undefeated in their region, though.
But they are undefeated in the region on top of their region with the big win over Summit High School last week.
And there's 3 more weeks to round off the region play this year, and sole position in the top 2 of their region. I would imagine going into the playoffs and full home field advantage, as well as I would like to see and assume we will be seeing Summit Spartans up there in the top 2 of that region as well going into postseason.
So again, with a minute to go, Page content to go into this victory formation. Centennial will fall to 2 and 5 on the year.
So what are we going to do here with no play clock? What do you think, Mike?
Well, we can
stopwatch on the ref's hip, maybe.
I suppose.
With it being 30 seconds, I would assume this would be the last play.
Yeah, I would think so too. So that will be the last play. So that'll end it here. There was a good ball game. Centennial able to fight their way back to make a game out of it. Cut the score to 28-14. Had their chances. But these Page Patriots loaded up with seniors, just a little too much for Centennial tonight. First time they've met since 2008. And Page will come away with the victory as we count down. And it's in the books officially. So 28-14, your final score.
28.
Join us next week, next Friday, for a huge Williamson County battle between the Brentwood, who will be visiting the Franklin Rebels. For everybody here tonight at the WCTV Game of the Week, happy fall break. My name is Michael Williams, alongside Parker Hazard and all of our crew tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next Friday night. Have a great fall break.
Franklin County High School. Kickoff for that game is also